What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today we are reacting to Kyle's forged. I don't even know if I said that right. Of NELK Boys talks about Steve will do allegations. So basically saying why he doesn't film with the NELK Boys no more. And yeah, so let's check it out.
A lot said about me online recently and about how things work with Steve and NELK. So I'm going to be talking about that right now. No personal shots, just the facts. In 2019, Steve signed a deal with NELK that clearly outlined how he would get paid for merch, brand deals, appearances, everything. So on Steve's personal merch, he received 70% of the net profits. NELK's 30% was not pure profit. It covered the design, the production, the fulfillment, inventory, everything that it takes to make a successful merch drop.
Okay, Steve got 70% of the merch cost. NELK got 30%. Okay, and he signed a contract, But when Steve said he got no money from NELK, he got money only from his. So let's see what he has to say about that.
A 70% creator split while the company manages full operations is a very strong deal. So now let's talk about how much money Steve earned from NELK. So I'm going to pop up something here. It's a year-by-year breakdown of personal cash earnings for me and Steve.
Steve. Okay. Dang, bro. So I don't know if this document is right or not because there's no proof. There needs to be more detail, but that's still crazy where it says Steve made $4 million in 2020. Damn, they must have been popping off in 2020, yo. 2021, 3 mil. Oh my gosh, bro. Just getting a mil is crazy, yo. In total, Steve made 12 mil and Kyle made 3 mil. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know. Money, like I wish I had that type of money. The way Steve giving out money, come on, Steve.
So you can see here from 2019 to 2023 how much I made and how much Steve made each year. Over that stretch, personally, I earned just under $3.5 million. Over that same stretch, Steve earned just over $12 million in cash. And these payments were just from NELK. Steve also did outside third-party brand deals independently from NELK. In our deal, there was a standard 15% management fee for NELK on these outside deals, but I chose not to enforce that percentage on several major deals. On those deals, Steve kept the full 100% amount.
Okay, so he gave Steve most of the money. It's a lot of financial problems, it looks like, but seemed like Steve made a lot of money. I mean, he does make a lot of money. He's funny, bro. He's got good content. People, of course, people are gonna want to buy his stuff and want to donate and probably just show love. And he also gambles and probably does stock markets and stuff, so this is probably how he makes his money.
The reason I earned less than Steve during that time is pretty simple. The money had to stay in NELK so we could keep shooting videos. Shooting these videos was not cheap. You have the production, the filmers, the editors.
Yeah, because they would do like crazy pranks and crazy collabs where they would do like piss, moaning in the ear, going to these clubs, going to go see girls, going to colleges, and they have to have sneaky production, they have to have mics and equipment. So I get why his money mostly stay in NELK, but that shouldn't be a reason to complain about Steve, because Steve was giving it out and he was doing the same as y'all, so there's not really much difference between, and anything. You can always do your own separate thing. You don't always have to just do the one thing. There's always third-party stuff, like you just said, and there's always people that do their own thing. They have their own channel and stuff.
Travel.
And also a podcast. I'm pretty sure this guy does a podcast.
That required real capital. When we were traveling through Europe with 15 people, so we could shoot, edit, and upload a video every single week, the Airbnbs, the production, the travel, that stuff was not cheap. If the money didn't stay in the company, then these videos would not get made. So as the owner, it was my job and my priority to keep the money in the company and pay the people that made the content possible over taking more money personally. So let's talk about Steve's equity in NELK. First of all, equity means ownership. It's not monthly pay. Equity becomes valuable as the company grows and eventually sells, goes public, or becomes extremely profitable. It's pretty much a long-term bet on the future of the company. I explained clearly what the equity meant to Steve, and I gave him 10% of the company, and he also chose to invest $500,000 for an additional 5%. At that time, nobody, including me, was taking extra owner payouts. The structure of the company didn't change because Steve became an owner. The money had to stay in the business if we wanted to pay the people that made the content possible so we could keep making videos. I explained to Steve that equity is long-term and it could pay off over time and it's not immediate cash flow. Over time, Steve made it clear that he preferred immediate cash over holding ownership for a potential long-term outcome. So we returned his $500,000 plus $50,000 in interest. Like I said earlier, there was a 15% management fee on Steve's outside deals to NELK, and as Steve's business grew, he wanted full independence and no longer wanted to do any type of revenue sharing with NELK. At his request, we agreed to that structure and he no longer held equity in NELK. That meant that NELK would no longer be able to collect 15% on his outside deals and he would no longer have equity in NELK. The separation agreement formalized that, we both signed it, and today there are no revenue sharing between NELK and Steve. Also for clarity, Steve was granted 15% of Happy Dad when we started the company, and he remains one of the largest shareholders today. And when Steve changed—
Oh yeah, Happy Dad. Yo, is that shit good or is it bad? I don't know. I'm just wondering. I think I tried a little bit before, but I don't remember.
deleted, I had no control over that decision. I reached out to him immediately and he asked me for advice. I told him the fastest way back would be to handle it professionally, don't escalate things online, and he can stay in NELK content while things cool off. Ultimately, he chose a different route. That was not my decision and I had no control over it. I thought that the ban could have lasted a lot shorter if it was handled a different way. Those are the facts. That's it, guys.
I mean, for me, Happy Dad was more like, I don't think I tried. Actually, I don't think I tried it, but I'm pretty sure it's like a, people say it's like a 50-50. Yeah, like a 50-50 drink. Like it's either you like it or you don't like it. You hate it, you like it, you love it. But yeah. But
So there's been a lot—
yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe that's what happened. Steve makes a lot of money, but he gives it out anyways. Gambles it, smart with it. But yeah, crazy. It didn't really look as bad as they said. That his thing was about. I don't think he said anything about his mom, like he said in his video. But yeah. But other than that, you know, he made a lot of money. They both made money, you know. But I get it as an owner. It doesn't really cause problems. It just causes financial things to go on. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like fans trying to create drama that shouldn't have been drama. But yeah, if you guys like the video, please subscribe, leave a like, and yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.